Hello, dear listeners. International Radio presents the news. In the studio, Elçin Mirzaev. First, the headlines of some news. President Ilham Aliyev spoke at a meeting dedicated to transportation issues. The text of the Ankara Declaration signed between Turkey, Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan has been announced. The Azerbaijan ambassador presented his credentials to the King of the Netherlands. A representative of Ada University held a series of meetings with Azerbaijanis in Georgia. Two universities from Azerbaijan have entered the top 500 of the Shanghai ranking for the first time. No more details. The Zangezur Corridor is now an internationally accepted term. President Ilham Aliyev mentioned this during his speech at the meeting dedicated to transportation issues on January 28th. Among the new projects, I'd like to mention the Zangezur Corridor. The Zangezur Corridor project has been proposed by Azerbaijan. After our victory in the Second Karabakh War, this issue was placed on the international agenda and into international lexicon. And today the Zangezur Corridor is already an accepted term worldwide. Of course, we are taking practical steps to open this corridor, the head of state stated. On January 29th, the text of the Ankara Declaration, which was adopted following the trilateral meeting of the foreign ministers, trade ministers and transport ministers of Turkey, Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan, was noted. The ministers particularly emphasized their readiness to support the sovereignty, territorial integrity and inviolability of borders of Turkey, Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan, as well as the unwavering nature of international law norms and principles and the United Nations Charter. Representatives from the three countries declared their preparedness to promote and implement joint projects in the fields of trade, investment, industry, energy, transportation, logistics, digitization and telecommunications. The declaration pays particular attention to the topic of the Middle Corridor, which plays an important role in increasing the transit potential of Turkey, Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan received the participants of the second trilateral meeting of the Foreign Affairs, Economic, Trade and Transport Ministers of Azerbaijan, Turkey and Uzbekistan held in Ankara. Azerbaijan's extraordinary and plenipotentiary ambassador to the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Mehmet Ahmadzadeh, presented his credentials to King Willem Alexander of the Netherlands. It was noted that the meeting discussed strengthening political dialogue between the two countries, opportunities for cooperation in the economic and humanitarian fields, and energy and transportation projects implemented at Azerbaijan's initiative. Negotiations continue to normalize relations with Azerbaijan and advance the peace process. This was stated by Armenian Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan during a meeting with Georgia's Foreign Minister Baka Bacharashvili in Yerevan. He noted that Armenia's existing position remains unchanged. A representative from Ada University, who is on a visit to Georgia, held meetings in Azerbaijani language schools and provided information about the university's educational programs. The meetings were attended by Mahnur Abbasova, a representative from the Student Admission Department of Ada University, Ramiz Hajizadeh, a responsible employee from the Azerbaijani Embassy in Georgia, and employees from SOCAR's representative office in Georgia, and took place at schools in Kepanakchi, Balnisi region, Kosalı, Gardabani region, Sadakhli village, Marni Uli region, Yormughallı and Yukarı Qarabulaq village, the Manisi region. For the first time, Baku State University and the University of Azerbaijan have entered the top 500 of the Shanghai ranking. In the global ranking of academic subjects published by the Shanghai ranking, Azerbaijan is represented by two universities in the field of mathematics for the first time. Baku State University is ranked between 401, 500, while the University of Azerbaijan is ranked between 301, 400. It should be noted that Azerbaijan is the only country in the South Caucasus region represented in this ranking in the field of mathematics. Russia's Khanty-Mansi Autonomous Okrug plans to develop cooperation with Azerbaijan in the extraction of difficult-to-extract oil reserves. This was reported by Ruslan Kukharuk, the head of the Khanty-Mansi Autonomous Okrug. During a working meeting with Azerbaijan's ambassador to Russia, Rahman Mustafayev, important aspects and prospects of cooperation were discussed. Newly appointed trade envoy of the United Kingdom to Azerbaijan, John Allardyce, will play an important role in strengthening economic relations between Baku and London. This was shared on the social media account of the United Kingdom's embassy in Baku. Azerbaijan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Tawfiq Musayev, and the United Nations Population Fund's Regional Director for Eastern Europe and Central Asia, Florence Bauer, discussed the consequences of climate change. This was reported by the United Nations representative on his social media page. International Radio presented the news.